Why did the military suddenly establish an absolute no-fly zone over an unmarked Nazca desert dig? What I am about to show you is a terrifying scientific anomaly, not a mere ancient artifact. This dark truth threatens to collapse our entire understanding of modern quantum physics forever. Welcome to Global Mystery Files, where we uncover classified records mainstream science desperately wants buried. For decades, we believed the massive Nazca lines were simply ancient religious art for sky gods. They told us these immense geoglyphs were humble messages carved into sand for gods above. But the universe leaves no room for fairy tales. The reality hidden beneath is horrifying. Deep beneath this arid surface lies evidence of a reality far more advanced than we imagined. During a silent night, geological satellites scanning this desolate region recorded a massive, inexplicable magnetic anomaly. A violent electromagnetic pulse erupted, instantly disabling global positioning systems for hundreds of miles around. No media reported this, and by dawn, the entire desert perimeter was completely locked down. Ground-penetrating radar systems were immediately deployed to pierce through thousands of years of accumulated sand. What materialized on those macro scans was absolutely not a tomb, temple, or known ancient ruin. 30 meters below the surface, resting in eternal darkness, sits a massive, perfect metallic sphere. It is utterly devoid of corrosion, possessing a cold, inorganic beauty defying the passage of time. The ambient air around this anomaly continuously warps and shimmers, as if bending space itself. Every attempt to map its internal geometry results in complete and immediate digital radar failure. The electromagnetic signals are absorbed entirely, leaving a terrifying, empty void on our monitoring screens. We are looking at an object that simply should not exist within our current physics. It operates like a dormant quantum engine, slowly waking up after millennia of absolute silence. Suddenly, the colossal animal geoglyphs on the surface begin to make a horrifying kind of sense. These massive carvings were never meant to be seen from above by benevolent ancient gods. Instead, these sprawling geometric patterns act as a planetary-scale barcode or an ancient warning system. Or perhaps, they form an intricate sealing matrix designed to contain the terrifying energy below. Within 48 hours of this discovery, international intelligence agencies silently seized complete site control. All geological survey data was confiscated, heavily encrypted, and permanently scrubbed from global research servers. The coordinates of the excavation trench were systematically erased from all public satellite mapping systems. A vast, impenetrable perimeter isolated the desert under the guise of classified military training exercises. But the seismic tremors radiating from the quantum core are growing stronger, resonating ever deeper. The Earth itself seems to be vibrating in a frequency that modern science cannot stop. The rhythmic vibrations are beginning to alter the molecular density of surrounding ancient rock formations. Remote seismic monitors are registering an impossible structural transmutation occurring deep within the Earth's crust. The subterranean geology is actively hardening into a synthetic barrier designed for absolute containment. Theoretical physicists brought in under maximum security face the terrifying collapse of their life's work. When exposed to high-frequency industrial lasers, the perfect sphere does not absorb or reflect energy. Instead, the colossal object violently bends space-time, creating a terrifying, localized micro-singularity effect. Deep scanning ground radar reveals no internal components, no wires, and absolutely no power source. It is a solid mass of unknown matter, functioning relentlessly as an eternal quantum resonator. Historical archives are now being frantically re-examined for overlooked myths regarding the barren Nazca plains. Forgotten ancient texts speak of terrified gods who bound a fallen star beneath dry sands. For centuries, modern science assumed these stories were merely primitive metaphors for violent meteor strikes. Now, chilling reality suggests these ancient myths were highly accurate, localized technical warning manuals. The giant geoglyphs on the surface act as an architectural blueprint to the machine's grid. By tracing the geometric intersections, computers pinpointed exact and highly volatile quantum pressure nodes. This entire desolate plateau is not a burial ground. It is a dormant machine waking up. The colossal spider geoglyph perfectly aligns with the violent subterranean magnetic flux lines radiating below. Every carved geometric shape across the desert corresponds to a specific quantum pressure release valve. Unprecedented atmospheric anomalies are now manifesting directly above the barren Nazca Plateau night after night. Thick, unnatural cloud formations gather, spiraling into a vortex mirroring the underground energy signature. High-altitude military reconnaissance drones suffer immediate, catastrophic electronic failures when entering this restricted airspace. The metallic sphere is actively broadcasting a complex, highly advanced mathematical transmission directly outward. Deep space radio telescopes accidentally intercepted an identical frequency echoing back from the Sirius star system. This impossible synchronization suggests the ancient object is an interstellar communication relay finally responding. Mainstream physics crumbles as we face a terrifying reality regarding the true origin of civilization. Whoever buried this massive quantum core possessed an understanding of the universe eclipsing our own. They left a planetary machine hidden beneath the Earth, silently waiting for a specific cosmic alignment. The rapid militarization of the desert reveals the desperate panic of global authorities trying to hide it. But you cannot contain an awakening cosmic engine with crude barbed wire and concrete barriers. As subterranean tremors escalate, the ancient Nazca lines emit a terrifying, intense thermal heat signature. We are standing on the precipice of a revelation that will shatter human history forever. Deep below the shifting sands, the metallic sphere begins a terrifying phase of active geometric reconfiguration. Seismographs around the world detect an impossible rhythmic pattern, like a heartbeat echoing from the deep. The ancient geological layers surrounding the anomaly are instantly crystallized by sudden bursts of thermal radiation. Simultaneously, the vast Nazca lines on the surface begin to mirror this exact subterranean transformation. The desert crust cracks perfectly along ancient paths, revealing a blinding, highly unnatural luminescence. Military containment barriers are violently shattered by an invisible force field expanding rapidly from the center. Advanced satellites in low Earth orbit suffer catastrophic optical sensor failures when aimed at the site. The transmission frequency escalating from the sphere contains complex constants found only in theoretical physics. It is directly manipulating localized gravity, causing massive boulders to levitate silently in the darkness. This is an active terraforming engine designed by an intelligence far beyond our current comprehension. Every established timeline of human evolution is completely dismantled by this advanced quantum mechanism. The terrifying implication is that Earth was an engineered laboratory, not a naturally evolving ecosystem. The original architects of this planetary structure left a mechanism that is now fully operational. Global intelligence agencies plunge into absolute panic as the localized magnetic field completely collapses. We are witnessing the forced reboot of a system that has slumbered for millions of years. The blinding pillar of quantum energy pierces the atmosphere, distorting the magnetic field planet-wide. Global atmospheric pressure drops violently as the machine draws kinetic power from Earth's molten core. Deep within the trench, the metallic sphere ascends slowly, breaking free from its subterranean prison. It hovers silently above the desert floor, a godlike monolith of flawless, terrifyingly powerful perfection. Every single grain of sand within 10 miles is instantly suspended by the zero-gravity field. The massive geometric geoglyphs begin to burn with a blinding, cold white thermal energy signature. Weather satellites capture a colossal, unnatural hurricane forming over South America in mere minutes. The tempest spirals in perfect, rigid mathematical fractals, mimicking the sphere's internal quantum logic. Military command bunkers lose all communication as the alien broadcast overwhelms every radio frequency. The transmission manifests as a terrifyingly loud, physical acoustic boom across the shattered desert landscape. Ancient sedimentary rocks shatter into fine dust under the force of this planetary sonic resonance wave. What scientists classified as primitive scratchings are now functioning as a highly advanced energy conduit. The entire Nazca Plateau has transformed into a glowing circuit board, channeling cosmic power. We are powerless, watching an ancient terraforming engine overwrite the physical laws of our world. The terrifying reality sets in. this ancient artifact was waiting to be activated all along. The fractal hurricane violently condenses, forming an impenetrable atmospheric shield around the hovering sphere. Global temperatures plummet as the quantum engine siphons thermal energy directly from the Earth's atmosphere. Deep space monitoring stations detect unidentified geometric shadows moving through the outer edges of our solar system. The acoustic frequency suddenly shifts, broadcasting a complex data stream aimed directly at Jupiter. This machine is acting as a planetary beacon, signaling to whoever left it behind millennia ago. World governments watch in silence as advanced nuclear deterrents are completely disabled by a single pulse. The ancient lines etched into the Peruvian desert outshine entire modern metropolitan cities at night. Seismic activity stabilizes, replaced by a rigid mechanical vibration echoing through our fragile planet's core. Geological strata are instantly fused into synthetic diamond, creating an indestructible launchpad structure. Astrophysicists theorize we are witnessing the automated harvesting phase of an interstellar civilization reclaiming territory. Human history, empires, and scientific achievements are rendered completely insignificant by this cosmic engineering. The colossal metallic core slowly rotates, bending space-time and tearing visible rifts in the dark sky. Through these spatial fractures, glimpses of an impossibly vast alien megastructure can be seen hanging silently. This is a calculated cosmic eviction notice delivered by a machine older than our oceans. As the resonance reaches its crescendo, the Nazca Plateau physically detaches from continental bedrock, ascending. The entire geological structure of the lines floats miles above Earth, defying modern laws of gravity. Below, the exposed bedrock reveals a sprawling grid of synthetic machinery stretching for thousands of miles. Our planet was never just rock and magma, it is a meticulously constructed cosmic vessel. The metallic sphere, burning like a miniature sun, aligns with the center of the subterranean megastructure. Massive pulses of quantum energy shoot from the core, connecting with the hovering plateau in light. High-altitude military satellites are violently pushed out of orbit by the expanding localized magnetic field. Global tidal patterns are violently disrupted by the terrifying gravitational pull of the awakening Peruvian artifact. Deep within the exposed crust, city-sized synthetic tectonic plates begin to silently and relentlessly turn. The complex mathematical code is now being physically carved into the Earth's upper atmosphere. Brilliant, towering geometric holograms materialize in the night sky, casting sharp shadows across the desert. Monitoring stations record a horrifying reality. The machine is actively organizing and compiling planetary data. It is transmitting the entire biological history of Earth to the approaching Dark Fleet. The ancient gods of Nazca were the original architects of this colossal planetary-scale server. After millions of years of silent observation, the cosmic landlords have returned to retrieve their data. Suddenly, the blinding energy pillar collapses inward, and the sphere rapidly descends back into the abyss. The massive floating plateau loses its anti-gravity tether and begins a terrifying massive freefall. Millions of tons of ancient rock slam back into Earth, creating a global seismic shockwave. The blinding energy grid fades into darkness, leaving behind a scarred landscape of fused metallic ruins. Deep underground, the colossal sphere locks perfectly back into its containment matrix, falling entirely silent. This profound silence is infinitely more terrifying because the cosmic transmission has already been completed. Abandoned military supercomputers decrypting the final data burst return a singular, chilling mathematical countdown. The atmospheric dome dissipates, leaving an unnatural, permanent geometric scar burned into the ozone layer. Entire tectonic plates have been permanently realigned, violently altering the planet's magnetic poles. The Nazca Desert is now completely sealed under a perfectly smooth layer of black synthetic obsidian. No industrial drill or high-frequency laser can even scratch the surface of this planetary vault. The ancient warning system has served its purpose, permanently locking the core away from humanity. We are left stranded on a machine we do not understand, awaiting its true owners. The colossal geometric shadows on the edge of the solar system have shifted trajectory toward Earth. Mainstream science is entirely paralyzed, unable to offer any explanation or defense against the approaching fleet. Our arrogance led us to dig up an alarm, and now the universe knows where we are. Although the transmission has ceased, a faint, chilling mechanical hum remains echoing in our atmosphere. Deep beneath the impenetrable black obsidian crust, the metallic sphere waits in silence for its creators. We are now living on a planet that has been fundamentally marked and claimed by unknown forces. The true history of Earth is no longer ours to write. The landlords are finally returning. This documentary is for education only, based on real sources, and theories are not facts.